We're live on YouTube. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Hi. Hello. So, to start, next slide, please, Yulian.
Yeah, I'm behind the slides. I'm, trying to change the curtain for you guys.
Thank you. And the next slide.
And another one.
Yeah. Donna, would you like to do the honors?
Yes. Hello, villagers. I am Donna, and I'm here with the crew, Mimp, Yin Yin, Mark, Steve, and we welcome you to today's Wednesday Web Jam. And today's jam will be Cozy Juicy Reel with Jed and Sophia. Please be aware that we are recording this session on our YouTube channel, and you may turn off your camera and/or microphone if you do not wish to be recorded, or leave them on so we can see your wonderful faces and hear your voices. Who are we? We are a community of clumsy innovators, compassionate facilitators, broad-minded thinkers, cheeky co-creators, ignorant experimentalists, hungry learners, and change makers. Our motto is failing forward. There is no other way. We ask everybody, although I'm sure you will, to be kind, nice, and empathetic. Our guests are going to be Jed and Sophia, so Mim.
Hi. So, today we have Jed and Sophia in the house. Can you spotlight yourselves? Yay! Yay. I met Jed and Sophia in another session where we played the game, and I thought it would be a great idea to bring the game to the WebJam community members. So I will hand over to Jed and Sophia. Yay! Warm welcome, please. Warm welcome, please.
Thank you, everyone.
Good to have you. Good to have you all here. This is great. We're really happy to be invited to host this for Wednesday Web Jam. I'm Jed. Quick introductions.
My name's Sophia, and we're the creators of Cozy Juicy Reel, which is the game that you're going to be playing today. And just so you know that when you play the game, you will be in breakout rooms, which are not recorded and not going to be live streamed. So at that point, we do highly recommend turning your cameras on, because it's really nice to see everyone's lovely face while you play the game. So we're excited to have you play and join us today for a Cozy Juicy Reel experience. We're pretty sure you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yes. And so what we're going to do is we're going to quickly learn how to play this game with a funny name. And we'll do a quick check-in, a quick demo to make sure everybody is good to go. And then we're going to open up breakout rooms. So you will get to play Cozy Juicy Reel in a small breakout room of about how many people, Sophia?
I think 3 or 4 people. Depends on the numbers that we get, but we'll divide it around there.
Okay, great. So when you're in your breakout room, obviously that will not be recorded. Nobody else can hear. So you're welcome to share whatever level you want to share. And then we'll come back at the end for a really short checkout. And then of course there'll be the backstage at the end, the last 30 minutes. So I think we're good to go. Is everybody ready to learn how to play Cozy Juicy Reel? Thumbs up. Okay, great. The only downside is that we have to turn off this wonderful background music.
Jed's the DJ.
Jed's the DJ. Okay, so turning off background music. So we've got a really short video so that everybody knows how to play. But we only have time to show it once. So if you have any videos open or any screens on your computer that are distracting, shut them down. Give yourself permission to fully be here and enjoy the other people you're with. And I am going to show this video now. All right, here we go.
Cozy Juicy Reel is a board game with a very ungame-like purpose: to create fun, authentic, and connecting interactions. The aim of the game is to get to know each other, and you'll do this through questions, challenges, and activities. The winner is the player with the most points when the game ends. In the center is the game board. On the board are 5 decks of cards, and around the outside are the player mats, where each player holds their purple spark cards and collects their points. All players begin on the space that says Start, and you'll move clockwise around the board. When the first player reaches the lightning bolt, the game ends. If you have time, you'll enter the bonus lightning round. When you're finished, count your points and find out who's the winner. Okay, let's get into it. Cozy Juicy Reel has 5 decks of cards. The Cozy deck, these are get to know you questions worth 30 points. The Juicy deck are a little juicier, worth 40 points. The Real deck, these are real questions worth 50 points. The Random deck are group challenges and points vary depending on the challenge. And finally, the Bonus Lightning deck. These are guessing games, each worth 60 points. To start, choose a character by double-clicking where it says your name. Whoever chooses player number 1 goes first. Everyone starts on the space that says Start, and the start space is green. So everyone draws from the Cozy deck on the first turn. The cards you draw are for you. You'll read the card out loud for all players to hear, and then you answer the question. After you answer, collect your points by dragging the card to your points area. Then move your character. Each card shows how many spaces to move. The space you land on dictates the card you can choose on your next turn. So if you're on an orange space, pick a juicy card. If you're on a blue space, pick a random card. And if you're on a space with many colors, then you can choose from the colors on your space.
Spark cards are how you interact with other players, and you have 4 different types. High five cards that you can use when you want to appreciate another player or give them a virtual high five. A courage card to thank someone for sharing something that might have taken little courage. A go deeper card to ask another player a follow-up question like, what happened next? And a what about you card to ask another player the same question that was just answered.
To give another player a spark card, drag it to their points area. You can use spark cards anytime with any player. It doesn't need to be your turn. When you give a spark card to another player, you're giving them points. For example, when you give someone a high five card, you're giving them 20 points. Just watch out. Unused spark cards at the end of the game need to be subtracted from your final score.
Aww.
When the first player reaches the lightning bolt, the game ends. If you have time, each player can draw a card from the bonus lightning deck. Read the top lightning card for your instructions. When you've finished, count your points just like you would in real life and enter the points by double-clicking your points box. Whoever has the most points is the winner. Got it? Are you ready? Let's play.
Welcome back. So that is how to play. If you just joined during the video, you are joining, of course, Wednesday Web Jam, and this is Cozy Juicy Reel. So this is going to be a super interactive board game, like get to know you experience, and you'll be playing in breakout rooms. And if you are joining on YouTube, then know that you can also stick around because some of us, a select few, are going to be playing in the main room. So you'll be able to watch us play Cozy Juicy Reel live, and you never know what happens when you play Cozy Juicy Reel. So this is going to be really interesting. And it's our first time playing it live.
And don't worry, it won't be a surprise. The people who have agreed to play in the main room already know. So you will not just randomly be selected to be broadcasted.
Yeah, that would be a funny experiment.
That would be.
So in just a minute, we're going to maybe play a video that will check in on how everybody's doing on Miro. But raise of hands first. Who here feels pretty confident with the online platform Miro? It's an online whiteboard tool. That's pretty good. Okay.
Okay.
Huh?
I think it might be worth.
Yeah. Okay, great. So we're going to share our screen and show you. This is a 2-minute video because even though you are Miro users, we use some really specific tools. And so
mostly bringing your attention to how to read the card.
Yes, that's the part that sometimes trips people up. All right, here we go.
In this video, we're introducing you to Miro, the online platform for Cozy Juicy Reel. There are just 4 skills you need for game time: activating your controls, reading your cards, moving your cards and character, and navigating the board. Okay, first things first. Activating your controls. You'll need to do this so you can play the game. See this toolbar on the left? Click the black arrow at the very top so it turns blue. Remember, this activates your controls so you can play. These card decks on the game board are at the core of the game, so you'll need to be able to read them. To read cards, just double-click the deck to zoom in. Then press the backspace or delete key on your keyboard to reveal the question. And then to zoom back out, click the up arrow just to the right of the deck. This one right here. Let's do that one more time. Double-click the deck to zoom in, then press backspace or delete on your keyboard to reveal the question. Then zoom back out by clicking the up arrow just to the right of the deck. And that's it. Throughout the game, you'll want to move cards to collect your points, and you'll want to move your character around the game board. To do this, just click and drag the object to where you want it to go. Easy peasy, just click and drag. There'll be times you want to move to different areas of the board. So to navigate the board, press and hold the space bar on your keyboard. When you do this, your cursor turns into a hand. Keep the space bar held down and click and drag with your mouse or trackpad. Just like that. And to zoom in and out, use the plus and minus keys on your keyboard. And that's it. Remember, in order to play, make sure that this arrow is blue. This activates your controls so you can play. Okay, you're ready to go.
Okay, that's all the learning you need to do. I have just put in some little reminders into the Zoom chat for Miro, just in case you want to refer to that throughout the game. I'm also going to put in our welcome board link. So if you open up the Zoom chat, click the link that I've just put into the chat, and that will welcome you to our first board, which is where we're going to just do a really quick check-in, a very quick demo with fake questions, and then we'll open up the breakout rooms, and most of your time will be spent, like Jed said, in groups of 3 or 4 people playing Cozy Juicy Real. And in case you get really into the game and you don't want to finish, even though we'll be bringing you back for 5 or so minutes for the checkout and a quick chat, you will have a chance to go back to your games after that during the backstage part of the event. So keep that in mind.
If anybody got a pop-up when you clicked the link to create an account in Miro, if you didn't already have one, you can close that. You don't need an account. But it looks like most of you are already there. We got 21 people already on the Miro board, which is great. And we'll show you what to do in just a second.
And if there is anyone who cannot load the board for any reason, just pop something to the Zoom chat. We will help you out. In the meantime, I'm going to use a feature in Miro called Bring Everyone to Me, which means you will go where I go. So I'm going to take you along a little journey, and we're going to start here with this quick check-in. The question you should see is, how do you feel at the moment? And then you'll see 3 columns on a scale of 1 to 10. How sad or happy are you feeling? How connected or disconnected are you feeling? How trusting or unsure are you feeling? And let us know with the blue dots on the right-hand side. Just drag one for each column and let us know where you are right now. And anywhere you are is welcome. We're all human and there's no right or wrong way to feel. So please let us know.
If anybody's having a hard time moving the little dots, remember to activate your controls in Miro. So there's that vertical toolbar on the left, and at the top, there is an arrow. If it's black, click it one time and it'll turn blue, and then you can move the little dots and check in. Looks like most of you are getting the hang of it.
And in case you just joined us on the board, I will bring everyone to me once again.
Thank you all for checking in.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, I think we are just about ready to go into a really quick demo, and then it's game time.
So I will share my screen for this. So bring your attention back to Zoom. And here we are. There's the check-in. Thank you all again for checking in. And we'll move over to the demo. So Jed and I are going to do this demo. Like I said, they're fake questions. So these are not the questions that are in your game. We're just going to do this to keep it really short and sweet. So Jed, I've put you as player number 1. That's the first thing you're going to do when you get to your board is choose your character. And the way to do that is just click where it says your name, click it once, type your name, and that's your character. And then this is the one that you move around. So Jed's first.
Yeah.
Is player number 1.
Yep. And note that you're just taking a while to load. That happens sometimes. Just give it a minute or two and it'll get there. It depends on your internet speed. Yes. So I'm player number one. So everybody starts on start. Start is, of course, green, and green is cozy. So I'm going to double click on the cozy deck to zoom in and then press delete on my keyboard to show my question, which is impossible. In my opinion, what's the best kind of ice cream? It changes day by day. I'm going to go with Rocky Road today. Love Rocky Road.
All right, Jed gets to move 3 spaces for that one. And you just, by the side of every deck, there's a little button that you click to zoom out, collect your points, and move your character. I'm giving Jed a high five. He introduced me to Rocky Road. It's not a thing in England, and it's very good. All right, I'm next. I'm going to get cozy also because I start on the screen space. Double click to zoom in. Press delete on my keyboard to reveal the question. Oh, who's your favorite Disney character? Oh, that's a tough one. You know, I'm a really big fan of classic movie Aladdin, and I love the genie. I love Robin Williams in that movie. So there we go, the genie in Aladdin. All right, I get to move 2 spaces, click the up arrow to zoom out, collect my points, and move my little frog.
Okay, we're not going to answer any other questions.
No.
We're going to assume that you're pretty good at this point. So next it would be my turn. I am the little horse. So I'm on a space that's yellow. So of course I would pick a juicy card. And Sophia's on a space that's both yellow and green. So she would get to choose. Does she want to get cozy again, or does she want more points and get juicy?
I get juicy.
Yeah. So you just move around the board in a clockwise direction. If there's ever a card you pick, by the way, that doesn't resonate or you can't think of an answer, it's totally fine. Just click and drag it off the board and pick another card from the same deck. It works great. And then the first person in your team that either passes or lands on the pink lightning bolt, the game ends, count your points. But if you have time, delete the top card on the lightning deck and it'll tell you what to do next.
And that is the end of the demo. If you have any questions, pop them into the Zoom chat. And in the meantime, I will show you just a couple of last minute things. Like Jed said, when we're in breakout rooms, you will not be live streamed on YouTube. So we do, like I said, highly recommend turning your cameras on. It's a really fun game. And it's nice to see everyone's smiles and faces as you play. And this is how we recommend setting your screen up if you have just one screen. So resize Zoom in gallery mode to about a third of your screen. And then once you have your game board loaded, resizing that window to about 2/3 and have those windows side by side.
So you're going to have a great time playing and you're going to want to stay till the very end. But if any of you are not able to stay on for at least another 30 minutes, then now is a good time to drop off because we're going to be opening up breakout rooms for your team. And we want to create breakout rooms of the right size. So there's not like one person playing in a room by themselves. So if you can't stay on for 30 minutes, now's the time to drop off. Join us for another event later on.
Okay, so the next thing to show you is this. Jed and I will be in the main room for the whole game and happy to help anyone out if you have questions. So if you do have a question throughout the game, please click the Ask for Help button at the bottom of Zoom. It will look something like this, more Ask for Help. Click that, it will let us know and we will pop in to help you out. And last but not least, I am going to paste the game board links into the Zoom chat in just a second. And you will see, it will say room 1 with a link, 2 with a link, etc. Once you know which breakout room you're in, then click the link that corresponds to your breakout room. So don't click anything yet. Wait until you know which breakout room you are in.
Okay, Sophia's going to open the breakout rooms in a second. I'm going to say that again because it's very important. So the breakout room, the links, to your Miro board are going to be there on your screen in Miro, and they're also going to be in the Zoom chat, but don't click them yet. As soon as you know which breakout room you're going into, Zoom will tell you. Then say you're in room 2, click room 2.
1 second.
Ooh, some nice background noise going on.
Hang on a second. There we go.
Okay, great. So then once you know your breakout room, click the link in the Zoom chat. So that'll get you to the right place. And we'll put notes on your game board to let you know as time is ticking down before we bring you back.
I think we are ready to open up breakout rooms in just a second.
Oh, while she's doing that, there's one final rule.
Oh, yeah.
Aside from the people who are playing in the main room live on YouTube, the rule is that what happens in Cozy Juicy Real stays in Cozy Juicy Real. so that you can share whatever you want, and the rest of the people in your team can do the same. So can everybody agree to It Happens in Cozy Juicy Real, stays in Cozy Juicy Real? Raise your hand. Great. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so we are ready to open up the breakout rooms. Everyone have fun, and we'll see you back here soonish, but not too soon. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so everybody is joining breakout rooms now, and then there'll be 5 or 6 of us in the main room.
Yeah, I've got to make one board, a 5-player board.
Okay.
So you have to hold for me.
All right, so Sophia, are we all clicking room 1, or are we just staying on this main board that we're already on?
No, you are going to, I'm going to send you a link.
Okay.
Is there a way that we can bring Donna back to the main room? Move back to main session. Here we go.
If she's a co-host, she can move herself.
I've just asked her to come back. The reason why is because there was an odd number of people where one room had to have 5, but the boards are set up as 4. So I'm going to bring Donna to play back with us.
Yeah, I got
Donna.
Donna back with us.
We brought you back to play with us because there was a perfect number for 4 in each room.
Okay.
So that's why.
So which Miro link should we be in?
I'm going to send it into the
Oh,
chat
you're sending it.
now.
Okay.
Here it is. So if you click that link, it will take you to our special unique board.
Got it.
So when you get there, choose a character that you want to be. Sophie and I will share a character, and all of you will have your own.
I've already picked them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you
just
labeled
to make
them
it really quick.
Ooh, look at
Yeah.
that.
So shall I share my screen for YouTube Live to see what we're doing?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
All right, I will share my screen. Here we go. Hello, everyone watching. You are in for a treat. You are going to get to know us better than some people ever will.
It's true. It's true.
In a fun way.
And as
Right.
we ask and answer questions in the game, feel free. I think there's probably a way on YouTube to put comments during the live stream. So you can answer questions for yourself in the live stream in the comments as we go along.
Okay. So, Jed, you are player number 1.
I am player number 1.
I did that intentionally because I didn't want to scare anyone for being first. You never know. But you don't need to be scared at all. This is really easy going. All right. So are you ready for your first question?
I am. Let's do it.
All right, Jed.
So what did I do for my very first job? What's something that stands out for you as you think back? This is an easy one for me. So my very first job was very stereotypical. I was a newspaper boy, and I rode my bicycle around the streets of Salt Lake City, throwing newspapers on people's driveways as best I could. What's something that stands out for me as I think back is that I, as a 14-year-old, did not do a good job of getting up in time. And 4:30 a.m. was pretty early for me at that age. So what stands out is having to wake up my dad, feeling so guilty because he was like dead asleep, to ask him if he would drive me around on days when it was snowing out. And I didn't want to be late, and I didn't want to fall off my bike. I felt so bad. And he was always amazing and didn't complain and would just get up and drive me around, and we would do it together. But I can just still imagine those mornings like, oh, I don't want to wake up my dad, but I really should. So thank you, Dad. I still tell him that I appreciate that. All right, great. So I get to move 2 spaces, and I zoom out and collect my points.
So just so you know, I'm sharing the screen so that everyone on YouTube can see, but you are welcome as players to interact with the board and stuff.
I'm still waiting to load.
Steve is having a problem.
So
He
I'm
said he
going to
can't.
name
He said he can't see the Miro board link.
Can you only give your purple cards to somebody when it's your turn?
You can use them anytime with any player. It doesn't need to be your turn or their turn. Yeah, they're very free flow.
I'm going to get rid of all of mine now. I'm just kidding.
I guarantee you won't want to. There will be moments where you want to use your cards. All right. Just wanted to welcome Awirote. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. But welcome. We are playing Cozy Juicy Real live. And if you want to just watch, that's fine. If you want to take part, let me know in the chat and we will bring you into the game as we go along. All right, so it is Mimp's turn.
Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna go cozy. Just press delete and okay. If I can open a door to anywhere, I would go to I want to go to the Netherlands because Yunyen is there, everybody's there. Last time I met Yunyen in London, like in March for the first time in real life, and I was like so happy. And I remember I told Jed and Sophia about it as well in Cozy Juicy Real, and she told me that next time we're meeting, it has to be, you know, at her house. And I'm like, yeah, that is the next place I want to go.
My house is open, not only a door. That's too small, a door. No, it should be a whole house.
Thank you. And yes, I will move one space.
And don't forget to collect your points.
Oh, yes. 9 points.
I'm just checking if we wanted to use like a purple card now, we could do that even if it's not our turn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Throw it. Okay, just want to know. Thanks.
No problem.
Got it.
Okay, so Stephen, it is your turn.
Is it my turn? Wow. Okay. All right. So hang on a second. Let me get there. There I am. So delete. Why is it not deleting? There we go. You can magically bring a fictional character into real life. Who do you choose and why? Is there like a timer on these? Because I could really, I have to go through like all the books I've read. You know, this is shoot. Oh,
First that comes to mind.
Wolverine.
Ooh. You got to tell us more.
Well, and why is part of the question.
He's just, I mean, I just think he's a fascinating character. You know, he's tough. He's indestructible. He's got those cool things that come out of his hands. It's really just as simple as that. It's not really very deep. It's just, I was trying to think of other fictional characters, like, you know, heroes in different books, but I don't know. My mind went to Wolverine. Okay. So then I move 3 spaces.
Mm-hmm. And then you just click and drag the card to collect your points.
2, 3. Okay, so click on the drag the card. Sorry. Okay, I see it. And then great. All right. Cool.
Okay. So whose turn is it now? It is Wen.
Right. So I am going to stand here to start. I pick a cozy card, double click, and back. Okay. Of the hobbies you have, what's one that's important to you and why? It would be hand lettering. And why? Because, first of all, you don't need so much except the right brush or right pen. And it is something you can do anywhere. So as long as that pen is in my pocket, we can do that. And it's a way of crafting something, creating something, bringing myself to a zone, a flow state, so I can forget the whole world and just have fun. First of all, with myself, but then second, of course, with anybody else who loves to draw with me. Yeah. So that's why. That's the hobby that really stands out for me. Yeah.
That is super cool. I'm giving you a high five.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
And now I drag the card to my spot there.
Yep, and you get to move 2 spaces.
Oh, and I move 2 spaces to boom, there. So I'm together with Jed. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Mark, you.
Yes. Okay, so I will hit, I'm zoomed in, I will hit delete. What would you consider to be one of your pet peeves?
Steve, what is
It's the rich territory.
How much time do we have? How much time?
I have a really easy one. Double spaces instead of single spaces after a period. That's just the easiest one. Some of us know what I'm talking about. That's a huge pet peeve of mine. There are some people that learned how to type on a typewriter and you had to do double spaces. And then there's the modern age people who just put a single space after a period. That's my pet peeve. There you go. It's a deep-seated, like, emotional thing for me. So there you go.
So anyone who's watching, don't send Mark an email with double spaces on.
I'm okay with emails. It's the formal documents that you send out. You have some places you have double space, some places you have 3 or 4 spaces, some space it's a single space. Anyway, okay.
Donna's officially taunting you in the Zoom chat.
I am too.
I love it. All right. Okay. What am I?
You might wish you never told everyone.
And dude. Okay, so I go 1 space. All right. Bingo. And then do I have to close that thing down, or does it do it automatically?
So you just click and drag your card to your points area.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's it.
Follow the rules, Mark. Learn, listen, behave. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
All right, because we have an extra person in our group today. We have Donna and Avirote are a team. So Donna, how about you answer on the first round, and then
Okay.
turns.
I'm challenged, so I need to drag the guy.
I can zoom in for you, and if your board's not loading easily.
Yeah.
So there is your question.
Okay. Of all the skills you have, what's one that's not so obvious? And where did you pick this up? I have no idea.
I can answer for you.
Okay, give me one and I'll elaborate on it.
You code from the dinosaur times, and nobody knows about that in our crew team until the other week.
Okay, I learned how to write HTML before anybody else, and I used Notepad and a book that was about 4 inches thick. But it made learning the web so much easier. So I am a web dinosaur and I know how to code.
Whoa! What a story!
Don, I'm going to give you a courage card for that.
Thank you.
All right.
And spacing is important with coding too, Mark.
Yeah.
Am I right? You can't do double spaces if you, yep, exactly.
I'm also going to give you a courage card, Donna.
Is it COBOL or Fortran, Donna?
No, just HTML.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But you can read JavaScript and all sorts of things with it. So It's all basically the same.
So I learned to program in Fortran, and I kid you not, with the little cards, which most of you on the screen don't even know what I'm talking about, but they used to have these little punch cards. It was the last class in my university to use the mainframe that had a card reader in it, and it was mind-blowingly stupid. Anyway,
I get more respect for you, Mark.
That could be an
I'm
art
just-
forum now.
to quote Mimp, I'm a dinosaur. Thank you. Mimp.
I didn't say that.
I think you did.
And he's alive and kicking. Yes.
I love it.
That's a step up from the charcoal stick. Who's next?
All right.
All right, it's me.
Well, it's going to be me because
Oh, I went the first time.
We're sharing space
All right.
now.
What are you going to go for?
I'm, of course, going to go for juicy. I want to get my 40 points there. Or our 40 points. All right. We're getting juicy. Show and tell. In the room you're in now, what's an object that holds meaning for you and what makes it meaningful?
Mhm.
Well, that's an interesting question because we just arrived in Cyprus, which is where my family's from, and we're staying at my mum's house right now. So there's not much in this room that belongs to me. So what can I share? You know what? I'm going to go with something I'm wearing because it's in the room too. Slight cheat, but it's still true. I will say my wedding ring, which I received. Obviously, Jed and I got married about, what was it, 5 years ago now?
Mhm.
Just over 5 years ago. And but the ring is kind of special because we didn't, like, the wedding wasn't planned from a long period before. It was like kind of a quicker wedding. It was very small, very intimate, very special. When we decided, we were driving through a town in the States called Bend, and we passed a jewelry shop, and it was just very sweet jewelry. And when we like looked at the jewelry, and we kind of thought, well, maybe we could get our bands made here, or get them here. And we spoke to the guy who made the rings, and he very happily said yes, he's happy to help us make our wedding bands. And not only did he make them, we could have input on what they would look like, but we actually were in the workshop with him, and he wrote a little message inside the rings, and it was just a really like meaningful, special time and a very memorable event. So very meaningful for me. And of course, you know, Jed's awesome.
Oh.
Can you hold it in
So
the
that-
camera for a
so that
second?
helps.
Can you hold it in the camera
So there
for
we
a
go.
second so we can see?
Oh yeah, of course. It's very simple. And they
yeah.
the bands match. They have like a texture to them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and Jed's matches. So, yeah.
Thank you, lovely. Thank you.
All right.
I gave you a high five card. I think somebody else.
Same.
Thanks.
I also gave you a high five.
Thank you. There we
Okay.
go. All right.
I'm gonna go juicy. Yes. In your life, when is a time you've been inspired by something or someone? What did you find inspiring? I find, I guess like sometime last year I found, or the year before, I found gamification through like the web jam, through Yin Yen, through a lot of people in this community, and I am super inspired by like the concept of it, and I have been trying to use it with my previous employers to kind of as a tool to connect with others who we work with, especially online, because it's super helpful, because it's like when you go into a room on Zoom and then you just talk about the work and you don't really like have any team building and connecting, it's so boring. But when you actually are able to gamify something, it's so it's so exciting and so meaningful. I guess that's why I find it so inspiring. And same with this game. That's why I love this game so much. And yeah, that's my answer. And I will move the cards to my space, and I have 3 spaces, so I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. I think that's right. Yes. And Stephen, it's your turn.
All right. Okay, I'm on Juicy, so I'm gonna pick a Juicy card. Get in there. It's not moving. Here, try it again. It's still not moving. I'll try it again. Why is it not moving? Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you. I think somebody intervened there. But over the past year, what's something big or small you feel proud of, and why? My oldest kid went off to college and university, as those of you might call it in Europe, and is like found their people, is having a great time, just perfectly launched, right? Really happy, in the right place. So I'm very proud of them, and I'm proud of us that we got them to the point where they went to college and have been successful and are getting good grades and having a good time. So.
Here,
That's
giving you
awesome.
a high five card for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do 5 for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I got like a multi-flavored pizza there. All right.
Sophia, can you give him a high five for me too, please?
Of course. And Awirote, can you tell me if I'm saying your name right, how I say your name?
Just Avirod.
Awirote.
Yes.
I'm going to ask a what about you card because I feel like I want to hear from you. So what about you? The question was, over the past year, what's something big or small you feel proud of, and why?
It's kind of I got a job, but before I got a job, I very confident in myself. I am a designer and I got into a design studio. I'm very confident in my skill, my thinking, my many things. But in the first 1 or 2 months, in the beginning, you can guess it now. Like everything is very hard for me to change from university to office life, and everything is very hard for me. But I almost lost, like, how to say, like, burnout. Like I don't want to be designer anymore. Like I feel like I failed. But but then I realized that I'm just like 22, and I just start for like 2 months and I'm gonna give up. No way. So I feel like there's so much thing that I have to learn. It's just the beginning, and that's when I pass through it. I feel like it's the thing that really mean like grow up, not just the age, but the way I think. Yes, that's one that I proud last year.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm definitely giving you a courage card.
I'm giving you a course.
Yeah.
We're there. They're up there. There we go.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
super cool that you stuck it out. Because yeah, that's overwhelming to go. That I remember that transition. It's not an easy one.
The real world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. So Yuan Yan, it's your turn.
Yes. I am the bunny, and I will also go for a juicy card, see what's happening there. Double click. And okay. Ooh, what's an experience I think I had no one else in this group has had? That no one else in this group has had. Then my memory is not so, like long ago. So this is 2 weeks ago. The experience I had was going into in the basket, doing a balloon flight, and taking my mom with me because I wanted to give her that experience so much. She's 80-something. You could say a traditional Chinese lady with a lot of quirky life experience, but this one she didn't have yet. And although I explained it to her what we are going to do, it really is so much fun to see your own mother climbing into this basket. And I was thinking, how are we going to get her out of it again? That's a question. Too early, because she needs to go up first. And then enjoying seeing mom, you could say becoming a child again, enjoying what she sees, being with us in a basket and playing with her smartphone, trying to make a lot of pictures, and my children laughing so loud about Granny wanting to learn something. And then, after an hour, landing again, and then I could say, okay, how are we going to get Granny out of the basket? I think, it's not. I hope you all have the experience seeing your mom play. But I do hope that actually it's not an experience exclusive to me. But I hope you all have that.
Thanks for sharing that. That's so sweet. I love that answer. I would like to give you a high five if I have one left.
Oh, no problem. Here, through the Zoom camera. Thank you. Yay! Okay. And I'm going to move, right? 5 spaces. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm there. Yep.
Actually, can I ask you a go deeper question? I'm curious to know if there are any other experiences that you have in mind for your mum.
For mom?
Yeah.
So my instant reaction is yes, but then which one? Perhaps I could describe it as, it has to be really strange, that she cannot dream of, or perhaps in this group we cannot dream of, and perhaps the suggestions will come out of this group. And let it be something that's so unique and so contrary to her age. Sometimes we think, somebody is a bit older and you could not, and don't ask her to. And then I could feel like, let's do it because we should not, because we could not. Let's do it anyway. I got it. Scuba diving.
Oh, amazing. Love that.
I asked her to come to my house tonight then, and I give her one little thing, and we've got a big bath, big tube. And then I'll, I set her there. Here's your bikinis, Mom.
Bikini.
one little equipment. I don't want to see you back within 30 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry, this is YouTube. Oops.
That is fun.
Thank you for asking, Sophia. See,
For sure.
That's how ideas flow.
And I love that you shared that because it's true. It's such a kind of classic expectation that you can't do these certain things with your older parents or whatever. So thank you, because it's inspiring. to hear that. So for sure, I'm going to have that in my mind.
So crew, we are at time. We got to bring the rest of the groups back. Normally we'd get to play all the way around the board and we'd make it to the lightning round and we would do a guessing game, but it is time to come on back, I think. Is that right, Mimp, Donna, Steven, Yin Yin? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, feeling a little
All
bit
right.
sad. I just want to play more.
All right, I'm going to close the breakout rooms and everybody will join us back in 60 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody noticed, but Mark has a dinosaur next to his name.
Oh, is that for me?
Awesome. What we could do is just open it up in the next part for everyone to just answer popcorn style.
Like before the checkout or after?
After.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm open to that.
Like whoever wants to stick around.
Is there an agenda for the backstage or is it open?
It's very
Never an
open.
agenda for the backstage.
All right.
Do whatever.
No.
What I wanted to share with you, Mark, they still keep finding new dinosaurs. So the last one I read about this week is the one with very small arms, large tail, large body, small arms that you hardly can see. So what does that say about you, Mark?
I don't know. Tell me,
He
what
keeps
does
his
it say
keyboard
about me?
high.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. Awesome. We hope you had a fun time.
If you learned something new about somebody you were playing in your breakout room with, put your hands in the air. Hey.
Awesome. A few people have said that they want to keep playing. If you do and you can stay longer, so we'll propose this idea again after the checkout and everything. But we can reopen up those breakout rooms for you to continue playing, or we can just stay in the main room and maybe play as one big group. Who knows? So let's see.
For now, we're going to put a link into the Zoom chat for a really short checkout, so we can share with everybody what our experience was like in our breakout room. Wouta asked, is there a card version too? There will be. We are building towards a Kickstarter launch. We're aiming for October right now. We will see. But that's what we're aiming for. And if you want to be notified when that happens, we'll show you how to do that in the debrief.
Yeah, there'll be a chance to put your email address and we can keep you posted.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you open up that link, it will take you to our campfire, which is where we're going to do a super quick checkout. So you see something really similar to what we did at the beginning of the game. And the question this time is, how do you feel now? Is it any different to how you checked in? If you haven't already, the link is in the Zoom chat. It says campfire. If you click that link, it will take you to our checkout. I can see lots of people back on the board. Someone is getting very connected.
Yeah, 11.
lots of dots there. Awesome.
In just a second, we're going to paste how we checked in. So we'll get the side by side and see how the shift was during the game.
Awesome.
Cool.
Love seeing that. Love it. Thank you for checking in and out.
And we got a few final questions. Sophia, I think we're still live on YouTube, so you can share your screen for the checkout.
That's a great idea.
So the question, if you move over to the right, there is a big purple bubble. And it says, what are some appreciations you have for your team, the team that you just got to play with? And there are Post-its to the right, so you can just click and drag them in, and then you can share whatever appreciation you would like to share.
Here we go.
We'll read a few of these out as they come in. Appreciating everyone's openness.
Someone's appreciating the fun, humor, and being gentle.
Appreciating the game and the open discussion.
Someone is appreciating the ability to go from small talk, fun to deep dive and back again. Awesome.
Fascinating stories and life experiences. There's a shout out from team 1 to keep playing. So in just a minute, maybe you can all go back into your breakout room.
You can do that. Someone's appreciating the unknown skills.
And the banter and cheekiness. I'm guessing that came from a Brit based on the use of those 2 words.
It's so true. Love it. Also, if you're still typing, please continue to type. We will also, we'll leave this board open for you to keep reading after the game. For those who are ready, you can move down and to the right. You'll see a bubble that says follow the journey, and leave your name and email. So like Jed said, if you want to find out about the Kickstarter, which we're planning to launch September, October this year, we will let you know then with the name and email. We'll also let you know about other events we do. We do online events where they're open to the public. So if you want to find out about other events that you can invite friends and family or just meet new awesome people, you can join one of our events.
And I think it is time to pass it back to the Wednesday Web Jam crew.
I think so.
Not yet. Because
Not yet.
Not yet, because I have heard that you do these events and games. And the question I had for an hour is, why? Why, Jed? Why, Sophia, do you do these games and events?
Wow.
Thanks for that question.
I think we each have a separate answer. Should I go first?
Yeah.
So my answer is that when I think about my life, some of the best times I have are when there's other people around. You know, it's when I feel really connected to people. And I just love that. I think that's the stuff that life is made of, and that's what I live for. And so I wanted a way to have more of that with the people in my life. And I also wanted a way to give that to other people, because I know that even though so many of us want to have those kinds of connecting conversations, or we want to have relationships that are meaningful and support people and be supported and be seen and see, we want all that. But sometimes it can be hard to make that kind of connection happen in today's world. And so for us, that was about creating a platform for people to step into that space, and not just kind of risk it, like let it happen sometimes. Like, let's be more intentional with that. Let's be more thoughtful and bring more of that into our lives.
I think you said that very well. I don't know what I'd add. What would I add to that? I think the only thing that I would add to that, and I mean, it's more of a kind of continuation of that, is just generally, we feel like there's a sense of trust is becoming harder to build. I think where there's more distance between us, not just because of technology, but just generally the state of the world. I think it's a lot harder to continue that trust with people. I feel like that's not as available. And we all know that, like, by building empathy, by understanding each other, by seeing the human behind everyone, that is the chance to connect. That's the chance to build that trust, and have those shared experiences. And we're big, like, we're into contributing into the world in many ways. Like, we're very into climate change and things like that as well. But this is kind of a fundamental thing that we all need, and we all believe in. So we really wanted to bring that back to the world. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for being
Thank you all.
Very nice.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Thank you for sharing this wonderful community and creating it.
Yeah.
So I will share my screen. And Mark, would you like to introduce next week?
Yeah, sure. So next week we have Dave Gray, who's an author and all around fun guy to be with. He is going to join us and talk about exploring your creative process with visual thinking. Dave Gray has written several books, of which The Connected Company And I can't find it. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, there's another one here. So there's connected company, liminal thinking, and this one that most people who are on this thing must have heard of, game storming. So he's going to be here next week and lead us through a session. It's going to be really cool. So hopefully everybody can sign up. Be there, be square.
Yay, register link is in the chat. Thank you, Mark. On that note, I will stop sharing, and thank you everybody for being here. And we do have the 30 minutes backstage if you'd like to join and hang out with us, or maybe play with the game more. So on that note, wave goodbye to YouTube. Goodbye everybody, goodbye. And Jed and Sophia, because you're currently host, can you turn off the stream for us, please?